Considered the last ecological frontier in the Philippines, Palawan is really a must-see destination.
And seeing this tropical paradise, it is no wonder El Nido is at the top of everyone's bucket list.
I've been coming here for a couple of decades now, and I must say it never ceases to amaze me how beautiful it is to see the towering limestone cliffs just jutting out of the water, the crystal blue azure color of this amazing water, and of course the sea life underneath. It's spectacular. How about yourself?
Well, I've been here once before, Mark. I stayed in one of the El Nido resorts, but this place where we are right now, I have never been. And so flying in, seeing all of the islands from the sky, I was very excited to hopefully start to see more and more of what El Nido has to offer.
So join us as we explore this wonderful region. I'm Mark Nelson.
And I'm Rachel Peters.
And this is Beach. Island hopping is an absolute must-do here in El Nido.
And not without reason. We've been here for only about 3 hours, and already I am gobsmacked by this place.
That's right. Here at El Nido Laguna Resorts right now, but there are so many other beautiful islands, coves, beaches, and lagoons to visit.
Now, I've been to El Nido before, but I only went to some of the main attractions like the lagoon. I know that El Nido is full of little secret beaches, and here on Beached, we are always out discovering the most secluded ones.
So join us as we check out some of the lagoons, some of the amazing world-class snorkeling, and of course, the beautiful cliffs and beaches right here in El Nido. Let's do this!
Just a short 3-minute boat ride away, we're here at Cove 2 of Lagan Island.
That's right. Now, one of the best ways to explore the limestone cliffs and beautiful coves of El Nido is by SUP, stand-up paddleboard. Ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
We had a beautiful lunch at Entalula Beach. It is such a gorgeous location with really white fine sand and crystal clear blue water.
guys, we are here now in Miniloc, which was the very first El Nido resort and one of the pioneers of ecotourism right here in the Philippines.
Today we are going to be doing our favorite activity here on beach, kayaking.
All right, now this is another great way of seeing the sights in a nice eco-friendly kind of a way.
I'm excited to see this, get a little bit of a workout in, and hopefully see some jacks.
Yeah, fingers crossed. There's a great school of jacks here, and also a reef turtle that is usually hanging around right about there. So hopefully we'll see both. You know what? Kayaking is always so much fun, but especially in a great location like Miniloc, because not only we get to enjoy all the wonderful scenery, but when we go out of the cove, we get a really good workout in an eco-friendly way.
Absolutely. And I feel like the kayak session that we had today is very different to all of the ones we've done in other episodes, because you start off in this peaceful little calm area, and then as soon as you get past the seawall right over here, it is so choppy. I was sitting in front while Mark was paddling. I was there with the GoPro, just chillaxing. Then all of a sudden I have these massive waves crashing into my face. So I'm awake again.
That's why I always put her in front.
But I had so much fun, and I have to say this island is incredible. I have to come back here one day. Shout out El Nido.
Yes, El Nido has a few different resorts in the area, but this actually, Miniloc, it's the oldest, but it's also my favorite. It's just that nice, chill, real island vibe.
Yeah, and it just feels like very traditional Filipino with the capis. I love it. Can't wait to be back.
A lot of people know about El Nido, and they know that it is one of the most pristine areas in the Philippines. So here to tell us a little bit more about it is Maric Laririt. Now, you are the Sustainability Director for 10 Knots.
That's right,
When,
my family.
When did you transfer here?
I joined 10 Knots in 1995, and my role was to make sure that for every development that we were considering, we would have to have baseline studies, we have to know everything that's in there, and we have to make sure that our ecological footprint, which wasn't called that then,
Yeah.
would be, manageable, and make sure that everything remains pristine. So it was too attractive for me to resist. So when an opportunity came for us to try and see how it is to live in a place like this in El Nido, we said, yeah, sure, why not? We'll try it. Give it a year.
Yeah.
And the year became 20 years. So it's been 20 years since.
A lot of people might realize or might have heard that El Nido was the pioneer in sustainable tourism here in the Philippines way back then. What were some of the steps that you guys took initially to make sure that the 10 Knots resort stuck to that?
I guess we could say that because there was no template,
Yeah.
I had freedom to create this kind of pattern, and this is why we're grateful for opportunities like this, because we'd like to share it with as many resort companies as possible.
And it definitely shows, because El Nido, I mean, the whole brand is just so prestigious. People talk about how amazing it is. All the special holidays they want to spend in places like this because of the fact that it still feels like paradise.
You would think that it's like second nature to people who find themselves in a place like this to really want to do something good. You wouldn't want to ruin this place. Why would you,
Yeah.
right? We work with the community. We can't do this alone. This is not ours.
Yeah.
To be able to take care of something like this and for it to remain like a paradise, like you mentioned earlier, that really requires a lot of effort.
I think the best way to tackle this humongous issue is really through education first.
Yes.
Yes.
And then hopefully people will be influenced and follow, and then it's really a collective effort. It really has to be with the LGU, the community, with the corporations.
Yeah, well, as you said, it's a collective effort, and we really, really applaud all of the hard work that you and everyone else here in El Nido is doing to try and help keep this kind of beauty. So, Merrick, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been an
My
absolute pleasure to see you again.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I have to
you.
say, now that we're talking about it, I don't remember seeing any trash throughout the whole day that we were going around. So
Well, that's great.
congratulations.
Fingers crossed it stays that way.
Yeah.
A really fun and quirky thing to do while you're in El Nido is to visit Calle Artesano, which is located in Leo Beach.
Do you like my beautiful artwork? I wish I had
Great
that kind of
job.
talent. Hello!
Hi.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Mark.
Izzy, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Welcome to Calle Artesano.
Awesome.
In an effort to weave culture and heritage into the tourist experience, I suppose, we tried to put together all of these tenants, El Nido artists, local Palaweña artists. Through here we have Ashano. All around El Nido, you can see native, sort of local artistry that is interwoven to the very fabric of what makes El Nido El Nido. This is actually one of the few standing galleries in El Nido. So within the year, or next year, they're hoping to have more shows and exhibits for people who want to visit and soak up the art.
I really love it. This
Yeah.
space is incredible. Like, there's so much attention paid to the details. It's beautiful.
All right, so moving along, we have Mangad.
I really like the rustic feel of these stores.
Yeah, it feels very Filipino.
So this is Kalikha. Likha meaning soul. So the two proprietors of this store have a soul connection. And they would very much like for all souls, all Philippine souls, to understand the importance of the environment and our impact on it. Which is why majority of the things found here are found objects, recycled, upcycled, and just generally beautified. So a lot of the art pieces of Kalugtan are, well, the very distinctive, very big pieces, big, bold statements as well.
Yeah, how nice. We're all about that. It actually reminds me so much of a store that we went to in Camiguin where they do the same thing. I think, Mark, you
Yes.
actually bought,
Yeah, I bought
an
a piece.
upcycled
Yeah, for a
piece,
friend.
right? And it's very similar to these three in particular up here.
We have workshops as well in Calle Artesano, and one of them with Kalikha is that you do a beach walk, you do a beach comb, and you make your own art.
Oh, out of what you find. Excellent. That's a
Really
great idea.
A lot of fun, and it helps the
Yeah.
beach, helps the environment,
Yeah.
helps the artists. Our last store for today is the K Art Collective. So if you're into crafts or natural soaps, hot sauces, and jams, K Art
Yes.
is the place to go.
So walking in here, we actually saw these beautiful bamboo bikes, and I was wondering if you could maybe take us to go see them.
Absolutely. Oh, please follow me.
Perfect. These bikes are so cool.
Very nice. Hi,
Hi.
Mark.
Jeb.
Nice to meet you, Jeb.
Hi Jeb, I'm
Hi.
Rachel. Nice to meet you.
So yeah, these are our bamboo bikes. Actually, they're your regular mountain bikes with fat tires, and they're encased in bamboo. Bamboo that's also finished with fiber and resin. So it's pretty sturdy, and it's actually perfect for the beach. So they're
Yeah.
more comfortable to ride off-road and around the sand, actually, compared to pavement.
Well, let's give them a spin.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
I feel like biking along the beach is something that I haven't actually seen in any of the other locations that we've been to.
Because normally
Yeah.
it's really hard to bike along the beach,
Yeah.
you know, with regular sized tires.
Yeah.
So you really need something like this with the
Heavy duty.
the fat boys.
This is one of my favorite spots actually here.
It's gorgeous.
This feels so nice. I think you need to bring this to Siargao.
Well, that was
Yes.
a great little trip, abridged version, but thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And yeah,
Pleasure.
these things are awesome to ride.
El Nido is really mostly known for your island hopping, of course.
Yeah.
So we're also trying to kind of not really veer away from it, but create
Give an
a more
alternative.
inland experience, at least alternative. It's short but sweet.
Yes.
So at least you can see more of nature.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
having
My
us.
pleasure.
Much appreciated. And yeah, definitely like this. Got to get one for the next beach house.
Yeah, you should.
All right.
With a surf rack.
Yes.
How sick would that be?
That's our yacht right there.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good looking boat.
So that's an old pirate boat.
After driving around the Leo Beach area, our guide, Jeb, took us all the way to the end of the jetty, and what a perfect way to end the tour by hopping on to a beautiful cruise.
So the yacht, the Sea Frontier, was a spectacular way to spend a day on the water. It had a beautiful deck on the top where you could sun yourself or just lounge under the shade in a beanbag. They had music piping through. It was really the perfect way to go island hopping.
Our first stop was at Star Beach. The trip from Leo Beach was actually quite choppy, so as soon as you enter the waters surrounding Star Beach, it got calm and you sort of started to feel your peace again. And then the closer and closer you got to where we were having lunch, the bluer and clearer the water got. When you hop onto the island, you have to walk from one side of it to the other, and lo and behold, it was even prettier. We are here on the gorgeous Star Beach, and we are starving.
I think it's called Star Bing. Yes. So they've laid on a beautiful lunch for us, full of seafood and chicken and pork. And well, normally I would go into the description a little bit more, but I know that we're actually starving so much. So let's get stuck into it, shall we? Kain tayo!
Taco time!
trip was great. It was very nice, easy to control.
It almost feels like a little bit of an fantasy land because you're out here, the water is really choppy, the current is really strong. You pass through like a little tunnel and all of a sudden it's calm. There's no air at all.
The water is flat and still.
And very, very clear. If you're here in El Nido, I highly recommend that you come and paddle around Small Lagoon.
All right,
The
let's
moment
see.
of truth. Oh my god, I think I see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so cool. When Jewelmer found out that we were coming to tape an episode here in Palawan, they very graciously invited Mark and I here to see their farm and learn about how pearls are made.
That's right. Now, I've had the very good fortune of coming to a Jewelmer Pearl Farm before and learning all about not only how the pearls are made, but just how sustainable the whole business model is, how they take care of the marine environment and also help the local community. It's an amazing process.
We were given a small introduction when we arrived, and I found out that there are 377 steps to producing a beautiful golden South Sea pearl.
That's right. These little babies here are the national gemstone of the Philippines. Most of them come from right here in Palawan, and we can be very, very proud of this sort of heritage.
We're here watching how it is done.
Yeah, it's essentially microsurgery, inserting the nucleus.
This one has a pearl in it! Okay, I'm feeling very excited because what we are about to do right now, we are going to watch Kuya harvest golden South Sea pearls from 5-year-old oysters.
That's right. So it's gone from the tiny little baby oysters being fed up to 1 year going into the water, then of course getting x-rayed at 4 years after they've had the nucleus inserted, and now it is 5 years and it's time to harvest. Now, not only are they harvesting the oyster, the pearl from the oyster, but in case it is a nice looking pearl, they will be reinserting a new nucleus into it to harvest another oyster in another 3 years.
He's doing the first one now, and I can't keep my eyes away.
All right,
The
let's
moment
see.
of truth. Oh my god, I think I see it.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that is so cool.
it's a big one. Oh, see, that's a nice gold
Oh my
one.
god.
That's a beautiful gold one. So this is the beautiful deep golden color that they're trying to get, and what has made the Philippine Golden South Sea Pearl so famous and so valued all around the world. It's absolutely stunning.
Can I hold it?
Yes, of course. There you go.
Oh my gosh, this is so incredible.
So pretty.
So many years of lots of love and hard work.
That's 5 years, 377 steps right there.
Amazing.
Yeah, but as you can see, as he's harvesting some of the other pearls, not all of them come out as beautiful and perfect and golden as this. And so it really is just trial and error. And as I mentioned before, it's a partnership with nature. So they really need to take care of nature so that nature helps produce these amazing pearls. Because there's only so much they can do with biotechnology.
So I feel like we kind of hit the jackpot with this one.
Well, since we're all the way here in Palawan, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to bring Rachel here to the Save Palawan Seas Foundation, one of their community villages. This is actually an organization that I'm very proud to be part of, and it's part of Julmer's CSR, where they really help the local community in sustainable practices, protecting the environment, and of course, uplifting the community, but doing it in an environmentally friendly way.
Well, Mark, I'm so excited to be here and for you to give me the tour of the whole area. Arriving on the beach, you can already tell that all of their efforts are paying off because this beach is absolutely pristine. And walking up here to where we are, I can already see a bunch of plastic bottles that they are already recycling for planters. So I'm excited to walk around and maybe pick up some ideas that I can bring back to Siargao.
All right, let's go do it. Okay, so this is one of the new sustainability livelihood projects at Save Palawan Seas Foundation. In fact, this wasn't being done when I came here last time, but it's actually making virgin coconut oil. So this is step one, obviously. Get the old coconuts, dehusk. All right, I'll give it a shot.
Wow. I guess with this first step alone, I already have a newfound appreciation for coconut oil.
Yeah. Whew. So next time you go to buy some of the VCO, just remember how much hard work went into it. On to the next step, which is of course taking this coconut milk, putting it in a tub and taking it outside to ferment it in the sun for 24 hours so that the oil separates from the water. And then they scoop the fresh virgin coconut oil from the top and it's ready for bottling. This is teamwork.
Whoa.
Whoops. Slowly. I want to make sure that that's probably about it.
Perfect.
Now screw on the top, then you slap on a sticker and boom, it's ready to go. Okay, and this is the handicraft making.
So what are they making exactly, Mark?
I believe these are probably soap dishes.
This is incredible. It goes to show that when they use the coconut, there really is nothing wasted at all.
Yeah, because these are really, these shells are byproducts of the virgin coconut oil making. And yeah, they're using every little bit.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for the tour. I had a fantastic time here. This little island and village, it's so quaint. I love that they are making use of everything that is here. It feels so different. There are roosters and chickens running around with their little chicks. Dogs are just chilling, living the life like this little guy here. I love that they have such a great system in place to fulfill all of their tasks, from the coconut oil making to using the coconut shells to make different handicrafts as well.
Yeah, well, you've seen only just a small portion of what they do here with the community. They're also very active with coral replanting, as well as the organic farm, and as we mentioned, the seaweed farming and the organic chickens, a whole lot. And every single step is to help benefit the community, and that's really what a sustainable business is all about. And Julmer is such a great example of that, because they really believe in, number one, protecting the environment, and number two, making sure that the community not only gets involved, but also benefits from it as well. So, great job, guys.
So we just arrived here at Flower Island. I heard they have a bunch of activities planned for us while we are here. we just arrived here at Flower Island. I heard they have a bunch of activities planned for us while we are here, but our first order of business is we are getting straight in the water.
That's right. Now they have a wonderful house reef just offshore, and if we're really lucky, we might see one of the resident turtles. Fingers crossed.
Your favorite.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's go.
All right. As we were just swimming out, like almost immediately, there was a turtle right there. And we followed it for a while, and then when we finally let it go, we're swimming back, and oh, there's another turtle! And yeah, they were beautiful. The reef was very well taken care of. It's very well preserved and a lot of fish.
Yeah, a lot of different types of corals, and it's quite tantalizing when you're down there because there is a bit of a current. I really, really enjoyed this snorkel session.
Yeah, there's a great little drop off down to about 16, 18 meters, and yeah, I'd definitely do this again. Hopefully we can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And now it's time to do our next activity. What do you feel like?
Well, I'm a bit chilly right now, I have to admit, so maybe something to warm us up, like volleyball.
Sure, I'm down. Let's go.
We've come to the part of the show where we do our beach ratings.
That's right, and we're going to kick things off with scenery. El Nido is famous around the world for having some of the most spectacular beach and island scenery, and you know what? Coming here and seeing it for our very selves, we've got to agree. And so for that reason, we are giving it 4.5 suns. 1, 2, 3, 4.5.
Up next is stuff to do. When you come and visit El Nido, there are several areas that you can visit. El Nido town itself is incredible with so many really cute restaurants, cafes, and bars. And I feel like that in itself is a thing to do, to really visit, get to know the locals, and eat in all of these different places. Another area is Leo Beach, and within Leo Beach you can take bike tours and you can visit Calle Artesano where they promote local artists. And of course the main draw of El Nido is island hopping. While you're out island hopping, you can snorkel, or you can kayak, it's the perfect place for someone who loves the water. And for all of those reasons, we are giving El Nido 4.3 suns. 1, 2, 3, 4.3.
Last but by no means least is sustainability. Now, El Nido as an area has really been the pioneer of sustainable tourism even way before it was trendy. And it's great to see that not only the organizations involved there, but also the locals are really getting behind it is great to see. And on top of that, going a little bit further afield and visiting the Julmer Pearl Farm and seeing the efforts that they have taken to make sure that the marine environment that they work with is absolutely as pristine as possible is just, it's so impressive. Honestly, it is one of the most impressive regions that we've been to as far as sustainability goes, and so for that reason, we are giving it 5 suns. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which brings us to a grand total of 4.6 suns. Wow!
Good job, El Nido. That is extremely impressive.
As always, El Nido has been spectacular. But for me, I think the highlight of the trip was visiting the Julmer Pearl Farm and seeing part of just the 377 great steps it takes to make one of these beautiful little pearls, and just how much of a positive impact it has on the environment and the community that surrounds it.
I absolutely agree with you, Mark. The highlight of this trip for me is definitely the time that we spent learning about everything that Julmer are doing for the Palawan Seas here, as well as their foundation, Save Palawan Seas. But also one of the other highlights for me was the day that we spent out on the yacht. So I think a lot of people, when they come here to El Nido, they do the usual tour A and B, seeing the small and the big lagoons, which I have seen before. But on this trip, we got to see different parts of El Nido, and they were absolutely incredible.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we saw that different part of El Nido, and also just the experience of being on the yacht instead of just being on a regular bunker. It's a nice, relaxing way to go and enjoy your day with family, friends, or anything like that. Of course, Leo Beach, the last time I was in El Nido, which was some time ago, Leo Beach was just the end of the airport. But now it's developed into this great little community. They've got the Calle Artesano there. They've got, bamboo bike tours. There's so much to see and do in that area that it really brings out a whole new aspect of El Nido.
Well, that's it for us. El Nido, you've been amazing. I'm Rachel Peters.
And I'm Mark Nelson, and we'll see you at our next destination, here on Beached.